Well, ladies and gentlemen, many liberals are having huge meltdowns as we speak right now, based off of what's been going on at the DNC. Tim Walz going out there speaking for 16 minutes total. They just said really, really embarrassing, and just all of the movement, all of the major experts saying the election now is trending back towards Trump. And we've got the huge endorsement coming on Friday, one of the biggest moments of this election cycle. It's going to take back any momentum the Democrats gained with the Kamala Harris speech happening tonight. And we have Democrats now threatening RFK Jr., totally unhinged, completely lashing out. And now we've got Jill Stein of the Green Party coming out and admitting and saying, quote tweeting Michelle Obama, saying, "You're a liar," and that the Democrats are trying to keep the Green Party and Jill Stein off the ballot because the Democrats blamed Gary Johnson and Jill Stein when Donald Trump won in 2016, and the left is cheating again, trying to block. I mean, it's been reported, Nicole Shanahan saying it. They're trying to block RFK Jr. from being on the ballot, even though at this point it does seem like RFK Jr. might be hurting Trump. And there was another new poll that just came out that said it was a hypothetical question to RFK Jr. voters. If RFK drops out, who do you support? 41% said Trump, 27% said Harris. So there's that margin. And I think with RFK Jr. campaigning with Trump, that might only go up because the optics of it. If you were going to vote for RFK Jr., obviously you had to have at least liked him a little bit. And at this point, the horrible relationship he has with the Democratic Party, the bridge is totally burned. It's been burned ever since they basically told him you can't be in this primary, the Democratic primary. Isn't it ironic how it works out? They were so convinced that Biden was their guy that they virtually just pulled the plug on RFK, even being in the primary to compete against Biden. And then they end up having to replace Biden because he's so bad. It's just hilarious how that works out. But either way, RFK Jr. endorsing Trump, that's probably going to help by like half a point. That's the predictions right now, which is huge in any major swing state. And guys, you have to understand, half a point in Arizona, Trump would have won in 2020 if he got another half point. And I believe also Pennsylvania and definitely Georgia, Arizona and Georgia, if he got a half point, I believe he wins both of those states. So these margins, with how partisan we are and just so few swing states, they're so delicate and they're so close. And that's why liberals are starting to threaten RFK. Hey, Bobby, I heard you're about to pull the plug on your campaign. Choose wisely, my friend. And so they're threatening him because they're so angry. The DNC's been such a train wreck. Liberals have come out and said, this is bad. Even, I mean, they were talking about Biden's speech on Monday night. They said it was terrible. Well, you know what? Biden, give him credit. He at least spoke for like 45 minutes. The VP couldn't even speak for half of that time, which is just mind blowing. And certainly we expect the debate to go very, very well for JD Vance. And then how about a lot of people have talked about this. Why is Waltz so obsessed with the idea that Vance went to Yale? When you look at big time politicians, they're pretty much all from Ivy League schools. I don't understand that. Well, no, I do understand it. I'll explain it, but it just doesn't make any sense. He's trying to do the whole, oh, this dude's not a Midwestern because they're trying to get the Rust Belt states. And, that's his whole appeal. He's the goofy American dad that, oh, I'm a hunter, I shoot. They've got the hat, the camo hat, Waltz, Waltz Harris. That's what it says. And it was like made by third grade. I mean, seriously, look at the camo hat. It's like stitched on like a third grader did it. But you can see this. We've got London Mayor, quote, "I fear for my family's safety if Trump is reelected." And so I know what he's referencing. The NATO gravy train. This dude just looks miserable in this photo. The the NATO gravy train that's been happening under the Democrats, it stops. And that's why Europe wants Biden to be elected. And then the left uses it. Oh, it's a guise for we're respected. That's why Europe wants Biden to be elected. No, they just want the gravy train to keep going. And Europe's completely taking control of the narrative surrounding the Russia-Ukraine war. And obviously, if you get an America First president in there, America is not located where Europe is. So we're going to have different, we care about different things. We're in different spots in the world. If the United States was bordering Germany, like if we were located below Germany, I would be 1000% sure, we need to make sure Russia doesn't expand. That's a huge thing. We are not close to Europe. There's a massive ocean separating us. Our goals and what we want to achieve and our number one enemy, it's not the same. And that's why this talk with Russia is just so reckless. And you've even got people last night during the DNC like bragging that they have a horrible relationship with Putin and that they don't talk. There's one person last night that was like, oh my God, Trump is talking to the leader of North Korea. Trump is talking to Putin. It's so bad. No, that's good. That creates peace. We had world peace, and that's something they can't argue. The only argument I can see them making in terms of the fact that there's all these wars under Biden is it's more of a circumstantial thing and it's just bad timing. They'll say, oh, it would have happened under Trump, but of course that's not really an argument. It's a non-argument. We don't know if it would have happened under Trump because Trump was out of office when it did happen. And you can say RFK Jr. I think it's a guarantee that, yeah. So the Democrats are already trying to soften the blow. I saw some of their people come out and say, well, RFK Jr.'s desperate, so of course he would do something like this. They know he's going to be endorsing Trump. And he talks about the corruption machine. I don't think my father would recognize this party. I don't think my uncle would recognize this party. That's a very good point. And even someone last night was talking to me in the chat, and they were like, Bill Clinton, to be fair, is way better than any of the current Democrats like over the last 20 years. And that's just simply because that party keeps going further and further and further and further to the left. See, Republicans have already have always had the principles, but with liberals, it's different. Because remember in 2005, they just wanted they only wanted gay marriage to be legal. Now they want you to be able to transition when you're 7 years old, and if you don't like that, you're a transphobe. And now California passes the law to where the kid can transition and tell the teacher, I want you to call me different pronouns, and the teacher doesn't have to tell the parents. And they passed a law to make sure that that happened, like a specific thing. And they were like celebrating it. So see, they've gone further and further to the left. So RFK Jr., he's right there when he says that. You've got DNC speakers who went to Ivy League schools. Yeah, I mean, there's like 20 of them. I don't understand that. I had 24 kids in my high school class, and none of them went to Yale. This dude is just jealous. What does it matter? Like, there's other things I guess you can attack Vance on. It's something Waltz does that's so weird to me. He attacks JD Vance for going to Yale. I don't understand this. JD Vance grew up poor and worked hard to get an education. It just makes no sense. Reddit censoring the jobs. Oh yeah, here it is. This is the funny thing. Media coverage of jobs revision numbers. So the funniest thing about this is one of the big things that their campaign and their administration had been arguing is they would cite all of these jobs that they've created. And it comes out now later on in their administration that all of those arguments were false because they manipulated the job numbers, and almost a million. This is a massive error. It's the biggest error in 15 years in terms of normally there is an error, and that's what they try and argue. Oh, there's always an error. Not this big. It's almost a million jobs you've over-reported, and it's just like, oh, crime is down. No, you're just telling districts not to report crime. The smaller crime doesn't get reported, and then it's like, oh, crime is down everywhere. It's a total joke. Why would crime be down? Democrats are the ones that say that people should be able to rob stores and stuff because they're just trying to get by. So why they incentivize stealing things? How would crime be down? Shouldn't you, with them it'd be up because that's just the policies they have. What policy do Democrats put in place that would, push crime to go down? Oh wait, you know what the policy is? It's police not arresting anyone, and then it looks like the crime is down. It gives off the representation of it, but it's really not. I mean, I saw a video. I forgot which city it was. It was one of the major cities, but you've got a cop car and you've got another car just doing a complete illegal maneuver, running a red light, doing like a donut in the middle of the intersection, and the cop doesn't do anything. That's how bad it's gotten in these major cities. The police are so overrun with how many criminals there are. You can do whatever you want on the roads. It doesn't matter. It's really, really sad. And they say, oh, crime is down. Yeah, crime is really down. It's just pure manipulation. Donald Trump suddenly stops rally and asks for a doctor, please. I mean, it's just like trolling, it's like, I mean, I don't understand I don't know how to react to a headline like that. I mean, they want to get clicks, I guess, but it's like, it seems like they're trying to troll us. Obviously that was when someone had fainted and Trump asked for a doctor for the person that fainted, then went over there and made sure they were okay. So again, it's like, Trump is receiving an average of 1 million likes per TikTok post. Kamala is receiving an average of 90,000. Remember the Elon Musk poll? A lot of people talking about that. 2.5 million people voting. Guys, that poll is a little bit it is a little bit fraudulent because more right wing people are going to follow Elon, and there's going to be foreigners voting as well. But it was an impressive poll. I'm not going to lie. And you can see Trump just blowing Harris out of the water. I thought Harris had the whole Gen Z thing, whatever the new Gen Alpha, whatever it is. I thought that was Harris's people. She can't even get 1/10 of the likes that Trump gets. Trump spent 77 years of his life with 0 criminal charges, not even a traffic ticket, runs for president and gets 100 charges. No, no, no. The Democrats will say he's just a criminal. He deserved it. He had 77 years with no criminal charges. Oh, it's just a fluke. He's committed all these crimes recently. Of course, that's not it at all. They don't want him to get power, so they're doing everything they can to thwart it. All of these felonies that Trump has, I'm 1,000,000% confident liberal presidents have done 100 times worse in terms of the crimes that Trump got charged for. And the fact that he's the first president to have felony charges, that's actually embarrassing considering what some of the other presidents have done. But he's the first one, really unbelievable. We've got Donald Trump teasing a crypto project. This is not good news. For too long, the average American has been squeezed by the big banks and the financial elites. So, guys, when it comes to a Trump crypto project, this is the issue. By the time any of us see the project, whether it's a coin or whatever, I'm guessing it's a coin, although maybe it is NFTs, which I wouldn't buy NFTs anyways, personally. But if it's a coin, it's going to be an insider type coin, meaning by the first time we see it, it's going to be probably multiple hundred millions in terms of market cap. Maybe it's slightly lower and we could get in on it. But the idea is he really should just endorse or, do something with like dark MAGA or a coin like that rather than do this because it's going to take away from all the other Trump coins. But look, we'll see what Trump does. He might launch a coin and they're saying, oh, there's going to be something to it to where it actually has a value. It's not just going to be a meme coin, although meme coins do have a lot of value in terms of crypto. I think that maybe there's like 6 or 7 meme coins in the top 100 in terms of market cap, but we'll see what he's saying. Crypto project, that leads me to believe it's some type of I don't know. They were saying maybe like an exchange or something. I mean, obviously, if it's a project, maybe NFTs rather than just a single coin. I think there's going to be some type of use case to it, is what I'm saying. So, and then this is the tweet that I was talking about. Michelle Obama, we don't cheat others to get ahead. We don't change the rules, so we always win. Stop the gaslighting. Dark Jill. Jill Stein. This is amazing. Right now, the Democrats are trying to sue us off multiple state ballots, hiring spies and infiltrators to sabotage us, and even withholding public funds we qualified for months ago. Democrats absolutely cheat and change the rules to maintain their grip on power. Jill Stein out of nowhere. And then Shanahan quoted this and said, sorry, this is also happening to you. So even Jill Stein coming out and just the laser eyes, this is an amazing tweet by her. But either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.